Namaskar, Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, and welcome to Dev Talks. This is Aadi Achint. But there's a big news which has come out. Jaish-e-Mohammed is running out of funds. And ye aata hai at the back of the fact that Tahir Ahmed, which is Masood Azar's brother, he was also taken out. What is happening in Jaish-e-Mohammed? Let's try and find out from Mr. Vicky Nanjappa. Sirji, Namaskar. Welcome to the show once again.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
So what's happening, sir? Why are you saying that these guys are out of funds? And, we know that his entire family was taken out. Now what has happened, sir?
Yes. See, what basically has been happening is, after Operation Sindhu, there was such a big blow, which, Jaish-e-Mohammed got. I mean, if you ask me in terms of biggest blow, the outfit that got was Jaish-e-Mohammed, when compared to Hizbul Mujahideen and Lashkar-e-Taiba. Although their losses were also very big. Now, what has happened is that was not only just about an operation which, just took down their headquarters and killed some of their terrorists. Killing of the family members has, completely demoralized at least the top man, that is Masood Azar, one. And post that operation, they've been putting out all these, fake videos of him, or rather old videos of him circulating. The fact of the matter is that he's not been coming out. So mobilization is not happening. The cadre is extremely demoralized. Multiple pushes by the ISI is also not working. And that's why if you see now, they're working more closely with the Lashkar-e-Taiba, which seems to be, in a better shape when compared to Jaish-e-Mohammed. So mobilizing and ISI with the leadership not wanting to come out at all and make a statement or even a public statement or anything, and with the ISI realizing that a lot of old flips are facing and the top man himself is down and out mentally, they're not ready to really fund that outfit so much. So these splinter modules and these groups and all that, they're getting into this kind of extortion. These kind of things, because infiltrations have also completely stopped because there's so much security out there. It's actually come down to zero, basically. They're just not able to infiltrate. Thousands of them waiting there at the multiple launch spots, launch pads, maybe 51 launch pads at the POK, but not one single infiltration. So post-Operation Sindhu, a lot has changed for the Jaish-e-Mohammed. One is ideologically down. Now the death of his brother is going to worsen things for them. So that basic push is not happening. So they have dried out of funds. There's not enough money there to rebuild infrastructure. They've lost a lot on rebuilding the infrastructure. So a lot of money has gone in there. Now the charities have stopped. Those multiple charities which would go there because they're not seeing that outfit gaining any sort of traction. But while we speak about all these positives, we also should be, little watchful that it's not as though the outfit is not capable of bouncing back. They may take time, they'll bounce back. But if we keep the pressure on like this, it's going to be extremely difficult for them. They faced, not an operation of this scale ever. And it has been really consistent against Jaish-e-Mohammed. Because that busting of that module at Faridabad, also which is Jaish-e-Mohammed league, these are all demoralizing factors. Nothing seems to be, actually working for them. So nobody wants to put in the funds. There's too much of infrastructure to rebuild. And the big boss himself is hiding, a widower basically, who lost everything. And, he's just refusing to come out.
Interesting is that, his brother got hit. Now, that is a big loss. I mean, he's, as it is, lost a huge amount of his families. Now, his brother. That means he's not able to protect his own.
No, he's not able to. And also there is that lack of trust between the Pakistan establishment and some of the terror groups, mainly Jaish-e-Mohammed. Because for all the talking that the establishment did, they tried to stand, eye to eye with India, basically. They thought then, they do Pahalgam and get away with it. So there's a lot of question by the top leadership of the Jaish-e-Mohammed to the Pakistan establishment that you had. And Jaish-e-Mohammed is known to have tips with this one. They tried killing off Pervez Musharraf once, but they still got away with it later. But today the trust deficit is really very high. I mean, they feel that basically the Pakistan army or or the ISI were not capable of gathering intelligence, and when the Bhavalpur headquarters was hit, Now that is a very, very symbolic hit at the end, that you couldn't protect your main headquarters, so we are not safe here. So that talking is not happening between the establishment and Jaish-e-Mohammed for now. And it's in complete disarray at the moment. Like, even when the Hamas guys came there to train or something, it was a Lashkar-e-Taiba which is, liaising with them. You don't see much of a Jaish-e-Mohammed role. So currently, I wouldn't say that this is a deliberate strategy, to lie low or something. Yeah, it's not working for them, at least for now.
How closely do you think these guys have got integrated with each other, especially after the Operation Sindoor? There were news that Jaish-e-Mohammed and Lashkar have kind of broken their, decades-old enmity, and they've started working together.
That the thing is, happened was bringing all these outfits together, but it really did not work. Now, leadership may be okay, maybe Hafiz Syed and Masood Azar may be okay, or Syed Salahuddin of Hizbul Mujahideen may be okay, but to get the cadres to work together below, that is a tough ask. So they've tried multiple things, to have one unified command. At times it works, at times it does not work, because there's that case of one-upmanship among the cadres and things like that. To suddenly get them to work together is difficult. Definitely, they are trying everything in the book. Even if we talk about Lashkar-e-Taiba now, that Ahmad Lone, who was caught by the special cell. I mean, he had big plans. The thing is now, because the infiltrations are not happening, they're trying to create homegrown terror groups here.
Yeah.
Faridabad module is one example. Now, this guy was arrested by the Delhi police special cell. He had identified some Bangladeshis living illegally in Tamil Nadu, who actually during the AI summit they came and pasted all those posters out there, in favor of Burhan Wani and pro Pakistan. Now that was a test case, so now they've gone back there. They got arrested after that. Now that sent a panic bell. The panic started hitting the Lashkar-e-Taiba. So they sent this guy Ahmad Lone from the Nepal border to go take stock. But our central intelligence and Delhi police, they basically managed to nab this guy. And now you realize that they had a module there in West Bengal. They were taking this one instructions from one operative in Bangladesh. So the scale of that module is really very big. So it's very clear that they try to hunt around in India and start. They want to set up their modules here. So it's that desperate a situation because the infiltrations are clear. They try to build an overground. Yeah, sorry.
There's also the fact that there is a blowback now, because if anything gets traced back to Pakistan, then there is a blowback. Right?
Yeah.
So there is a possibility of a Indian strike. So there's that fear also. So create that, it's pretty much looks the same as the Indian Mujahideen.
Exactly. It's a textbook Indian Mujahideen itself, where nothing goes back to Pakistan basically. So that is the strategy. That strategy, of course, they don't want to be hit again. Now they try to position themselves as some. I mean, anyway, that Iran negotiation fell flat on their face. That is one. And they can't afford another embarrassment. They caught sitting ducks out there. Okay, that is one. And US now clearly won't have time to, come to their aid, because they are caught up with their own war out there with Iran, which is a much bigger problem for the US at the moment. And so these kind of things are there. And so basically, I mean, I would say that the establishment clearly does not know what they are doing. And I think these modules like this one Lashkar-e-Taiba module, or for that matter, the Faridabad, all, self-radicalized and, just following one ideology. So basically, do it yourself kind of terror module, which the ISI hopes would work. And yes, definitely, they can't afford to be hit again in operations, because our doctrine is very clear on that. This is any act of terror won't be treated as cross-border terrorism. It will be treated as an act of war. And the precision with which we hit all these people who are, having a field day has basically taken the steam out of them. So they can keep trying these small things here. But again, a word of caution. no taking it lightly because they
Yeah,
can come back after some time because that is Pakistan's mainstay.
yeah, yeah. Let me ask you this as the last question. There was reports that these guys have shifted a lot of these chaps into Tira Valley. They've emptied out, ISI has emptied out the Tira Valley, and that's going to become like the
Yeah,
terrorist jihad central for all these groups. All of them have been given some
correct.
area and stuff, and I've also heard ISI is also there, LET is there, Jaish e Mohammed is there. What is this now? What are they trying to do?
They try to unite everybody. One is most important is to keep all of them safe. Now. They can't afford any more loss of men. One. So now you also understand that Pakistan is having a huge problem with the Afghan Taliban, the Tehrik-e-Taliban Pakistan, the Baloch Liberation Army. So now that establishment is clearly not able to fight on so many fronts because fighting in Balochistan for them is and the TTP has taken over a lot of parts of KP. They call the shots out there. So what they're trying to do is to move all these people, keep them together, and try and fight all of them as one force. I mean, I'm not getting the name, but I think one of the Islamic State terrorists, he actually joined that political outfit. This it's not PML. He's come into mainstream politics, and then he now is being used as a mercenary in KP as well as Balochistan. So it's very clear that the establishment wants as many terror groups to come together. And more than India, I feel that they are battling a big problem from within only. And so
Mm,
they will have terror groups in India, which would mushroom on their own. They just provide the slight ideology and directions. They want to create
mm,
homegrown groups here and unite all their terror groups there to fight TTP, Afghan Taliban, and also BLA, these kind of things. So that problem from within is something horrible which they are actually facing. So this mobilization of all the terror groups and keeping them as one unit, one force is also a lot to do with sorting out their own mess which they have created.
mm. That's very interesting. Thanks, sir, for that. And I hope we get more and more good news like this. It's always a pleasure catching up with you and getting this information. To the audience, my request is leave your comments and thoughts. What do you think about what is happening? If you guys have any other inputs, please drop it in the comment box. And of course, don't forget to support the channel. Namaskar, Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.